Welcome to yet another stream. Welcome to another afternoon stream. I'm just gonna take my headphones off because we'll not be needing them. Right. So how's everyone doing? How are your beautiful lives going? Hope fine. Let's see if we're live. Alright, it looks like we are live. Okay, so what are we going to be doing on today's stream? Sorry for the noise. So today we are going to be continuing with our trusty streaming webpage. And specifically, there seems to be like some kind of VS Code update that we are not going to be doing right now. So this is pretty much the state of our to-do app. And I think everything was working just fine, just as we would expect. So yeah, we can't delete things, so everything seems to be working as expected. We're gonna be focusing on the timeline here at the bottom, which at the moment just has some hellos. And instead of having some hellos in there, we want to have a timeline. So for doing that, we want to have something that creates this. We want to have something that creates something like that. We can put that directly here into our elements. This is like pretty much the thing that manages the HTML. So function create timeline with a T from timeline fragment. We want to create a timeline fragment from a text, maybe a timeline fragment from a text. And this is pretty much what our fragment will look like. So we want to do something like that, and we should already have something that should be close to that. I'm gonna come over here. We have create element, create text. So this seems to be something similar to what we need. So we want to create an element, which in this case will be a div. Its class name will be time fragment. So maybe this could be time fragment. Yes. So we create a time fragment, and now we probably don't want to give it an ID. We might not want to be doing that. We probably don't need to do that. We of course want to create some text for that. So this will be the time text. This would be the time fragment. We just call it fragment. Yes. Fragment. Probably just the time fragment. Yeah. Time fragment over here as well. Alright, the time fragment time text. Yeah, we want that as well. There we go. And now, what else do we need? I think we can just return this. We need to, of course, open it as a child. So, time fragment dot open child, and the child will be the time fragment text, and we can just return it now. Return time fragment. Okay, so now we can create our time fragments. Now we need something that creates the timeline. So function add. So we will always be adding things to the timeline, right? We will never be removing them. Well, we could remove them in the sense that you, of course, just take some of the things out. You take some of the things out when you delete. When you delete, you do that. Though, we don't really need to do that. We could not be deleting them. We could not be deleting them. If we didn't want to, we could not be deleting them. So let's just not do that. So let's have something like append time fragment, or rather append to timeline, to timeline. To the timeline we would append some item. It needs to be item, unfortunately. It needs to be item, unfortunately. Oh, I create text that's taking an item? Really? Interesting. Interesting. That's quite not what we want, right? Why would we do that? Why would we do that? So just text, yeah, create text. So now when we create the text item dot text, yeah. What else are we using create text? Over here with just the text. Over here with item dot text. All right. What else? Just read there. So here we text. Over here would be something like HTML text. HTML text. Yeah. Yep. All right. So create text 1, 2, 3. All good to good. Right. So okay. So over here, this could also probably be just text for now. Text. Okay. So we want to append something to the. Oh, it can be a text because we might need more things. So item. Okay. So now the issue begins, and the issue that begins is that we want each of the items to have some sort of weight, some weight in the timeline. But their weight could be just how long did it took for that item to happen. So I guess we could so that can't be something global to the style. It can't be something global to the style. It needs to be something specific for each of the thingies. So my guess would be that we would have something over here, something like style, and this style would be specific for this component, and this could be like how long did this fragment took. I'm thinking if we could probably indeed do that. So let's take a look at time fragments. So time fragment over here, and here we're saying that the default flex is just 1. The default flex is just 1, and if they all have the same flex, I guess that they all would weight the same. But here's my point. What if we came over here and just said something like flex 20, for example. This one was like 20 seconds, so flex 20. We go like that one was 20 seconds, this one was 200 seconds, for example. This other one was 200 seconds as well, and this last one was like 900 seconds. So would in this case the flags be correct? Would in this case the flags be correct? So let's just refresh the page. I'm refreshing something that should not be refreshing. Alright, so that does indeed provide different sizes over here. So this one has the biggest size, these two are more or less equal, and then there's this one over here, and there's that one over here. So I'm quite happy with that one. So yeah, let's just remove this from here, remove that from there, and we will have to put some kind of ID on this thing, some kind of ID, and we were doing that by having something like this ID over there. So this would be the timeline ID timeline. Okay. Now if we have something with an ID called timeline over there, we would like to fetch it over here. So we can do timeline equals a document get element by ID timeline. Timeline. Yep. Yes. So there we have our timeline, and now right. So we would have the timeline here, timeline over there, and the item. Okay, so that's fine. And now we do timeline dot append child item. Create time fragment with the item dot text. Okay, rather we want to use the item over here still, so the item, just because here we just need a text, that's fine, but over here we want to do the style thing. So time fragment dot style. Okay, that looks fine. Equals to flags and something, and we can probably use these ticks. No, where are my ticks? Okay, ticks. Dot time. Well, actually seconds. Yep. We're not really adding any item, are we? We don't really do that. So text duration, sex duration. Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate, but this is probably the way we will have to do that. Not the best interface, but the interface that we need, indeed. So this would be append to timeline. Now we have a way to put things on our timeline, but we still need to update it. I'm just thinking that I did this thing over here, but this could just go on to the other side, and that'll probably be way clever. So I'm just gonna remove this from here, hence completing our to-do. And I'm just gonna come over here, and I'm gonna calculate this. I'm gonna calculate that. Yeah. Okay. And I'm just gonna put this over here. And we might need one of these ones. And we might also need one of these ones. So yep. Oh yeah, that's right. So that's the style that we need. Right. Cool. We could maybe put this onto a function. Do we want to? Let's get a function random HTML color that just returns this random HTML color. Yes. Okay, so that's it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We don't need to calculate anything, we don't need to do anything at all. So we have a way to create our time fragments and to append them to the timeline. Good. Now, when do we append stuff to the timeline? We want to append stuff to the timeline whenever one of the to-dos have changed. Right. Yeah. So over here we just I copied. How do I disable copy spaces? I hate copying that. Settings. All right. Empty copy. No. Copy. Media files. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, so now I can go to hi there, how are you doing mate? So now we can go over here. What brought you to this room? Build a compiler. Oh, that's really cool stuff. Very nice. What are you trying to compile? Your own programming language? Are you building a new one, or what's the deal? Yes. So I guess you're building a new. Oh, that's really good. To 8664. Oh, what flavor of 8684 are you using? Like, I guess that your compiler is compiling to not directly to binary, but to some kind of ELF format, and then you're asking some other thing to compile that to binary. Yeah, assembly. Then you use with NASA. Yeah, that's nice. Oh, that link it is in GCC. Oh, really cool, really cool. There's another guy on Twitch that uses NASM as well. I think it's Zodin, or yeah, you might probably also know him. He's done quite a few compilers, and yeah, he has really good videos about how to do that. What type of language are you building? Like, is it something imperative? Oh, so you're building a language similar to C++, I think? But that would be fairly complex. C++ has a lot of things. a lot of things. No, I mean, oh, you're using C++ to do the stuff. Oh, that's really cool. Are you using like your custom parser, custom lasser, or are you using LLVM framework to do all the parsing and lexing and help you with optimization and so on? Custom. Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. I mean, you'll probably learn way more things, and you might also discover new things by if you do that. Oops, I mean, I guess that there's like a lot of room within the programming languages. Ronald, I am making the CLI part of the application. Oh, that's nice. Like the CLI, you mean like the interface for the compiler, I guess, right? Yeah. That's really cool. And where are you? The arguments. Where are you trying to do that? Like, is it just a learning project, or are you trying to solve a specific problem that you might have encountered? Just for fun. Yeah, that's the best reason to do things. That's probably the best reasons to do things. I mean, that's one of the cool things about programming. Like, you can just do it for fun, and you'll learn along the way, so it's never time lost, you know. Okay. I'm at the moment building an application to do some kind of automatic editing of video. So it's like a to-do app, you see? Like, you can create the to-dos, move them to, like, I'm working on this one at the moment, and so on. I'll try make it not a ESO lang, but more like an actual language. Oh, that's nice. Especially a mid-level language. Oh, so something like approachable for people to use. That's nice. I mean, there's really no point like going too low level, I guess. Just because, I mean, doing better than SIG or doing better than C, it would be quite hard then, I imagine. Because if it was high level, I would make it interpreted. Oh yeah, that's probably the way to go. But rather, just-in-time compiled would be the more modern approach to interpreted languages. Like, you don't easily just interpret them. But just-in-time compiling gets a bit more convoluted than intended. Right. Yeah, we can see the disaster of performance of Python as proof. As long as you don't do any for loops on Python, like you're good to go. As long as all of your for loops are within pandas or numpy or whatever. Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, but that's also one of the cool things about Python. Like, you get like all of those massive boost of performance from version to version. Like, it's just, yeah, you were like doing city performance all of this time, and now of course you have a performance boost. So, yeah. That's probably the best way to achieve like a 10x performance, like do city code and then to just improve it slightly and you're like, oh, there it is. But we can all agree that one thing that JS is not made for. Yeah, JS probably wasn't made for performance. Like, JS gets slightly more performant than Python, probably just because of the people that build the Chrome and so on don't want their product to be slow, so they build the interpreter for JS fast. But JS wasn't probably designed for performance. JavaScript isn't made for compilers. No, it's just-in-time compilation, which is like fancy interpreting. Great. Okay, so we want to take from the item, we want to calculate, and I don't know why people make programming languages inside JavaScript. Well, I guess that many people would, I don't know, maybe they just know JavaScript, like it's quite an, it has become a quite popular language, so maybe it's the language that you know, and you want to learn how to make a new programming language, and you start with JavaScript. But you might not put any thought on what would be the base tool for the job, you know? Like you just have one tool, and you just hammer all of your nails with that one tool. That could be the thing. But you never know. Okay, so where's the definition for my item? Right, so the item was created here, started here, and stopped here. Right. So, I can guess you use Windows because of the WSL. Ubuntu. I was asking if you were using Linux. Unfortunately, I'm using WSL, not because I liked it, but because I have a Windows PC, so a Windows laptop, and well, I could have formatted it and installed Windows from scratch. Ubuntu from scratch or Arch Linux or whatever Linux flavor. But since this is also my editing laptop, I'm somewhat forced to choose between Mac and Windows. Because otherwise I cannot use the integrated graphics on this PC, and you don't really want to be encoding video without a graphic. Like, it's an integrated graphic, like it's not good, but it's better than anything else. So that's pretty much the reason why I'm using Windows. But it is what it is, and it isn't what it isn't. Yeah. I also have like a Mac laptop. It's somewhere over there, but I don't know. That was my personal laptop, and this laptop had no use before I started streaming. So I just decided that this would be like my streaming laptop, and so I don't like using Windows at all, but as long as I can have a shell, I'm fairly happy with that. And at the moment, since I'm doing like some web programming, like uh, who cares? Like you just plug in this code and get rolling. Don't need more setup than that. So there's like a lot of debate between Windows, Linux, and so on. I don't personally like Windows, but I can work with Windows. Like, not the end of the world. Listen, I have made the most painful thing today. Ew, what have you made? What have you made? There are many most painful things. Coding assembly in a SSL connection using my iPhone. Why would you use your iPhone for that? Well, I guess that you didn't have any other thing, but yeah. Using your iPhone. At garbage Wi-Fi. Was that for some kind of personal project, or why were you reduced to that setup? Oh my gosh. Alright. Oh, yeah. I mean that's fairly bad. Like I can't believe that to be enjoyable at all. Like typing on a keyboard. Like imagine an autocorrection while you are trying to type assembly. I was at school and didn't have access to computer because I was in class. Well, that's fine. That's fine. We'll all been there. I mean, not that you should, but you can always sneak in a laptop or whatever. Like if you are sneaking in a cell phone, like you could very well sneak in a laptop. So is this duration in seconds? I guess it won't be, right? Like how do you... Yes, seconds between dates. We have the right to do anything on our phone. You can do whatever you want, as long as it's in your phone. As long as it's in your phone. Oh my god. Okay, so the duration comes in milliseconds. So the duration comes in milliseconds. That's perfectly fine. I'm content with that. Oh fuck. Don't delete that. We will need some parentheses over here and some dot absolute over there. So this should be like sex duration. Sex duration. How long is your sex duration? Oh fuck. Sex duration. Alright, we have the right to do anything on our phone. I mean, the school rules, I guess, like there's always weird stuff on those. Okay, so this is pretty much the way in which we will be calculating our timeline. We just grab an item, but we don't need to calculate the timeline when does a to do. So the only point at which we'll be calculating our timeline would be when we have something done. Alright, so we just get the last item, we make sure that the lengths are correct. Console.error, this is pretty much an error. Yeah, item, and let's put the item here. We could just put the ID, right? Item ID with ID. So basically I coded x86-64 on ARM CPU, then turn it inside a SSL connection on my own server in my house running Linux Mint, and using Vim as an ID. This I know how to exit Vim. that was the hard part of all the setup. Learning how to save and exit Vim when you are done. That's fun. I mean, it's really nice that technology nowadays is that approachable to everyone, so that's cool. It's broken. So if we hit this, this item is utterly and completely broken. I mean, that what you're doing sounds like sounds like it would be overkill, like doing all of that. But if you really think about it, like modern web technologies with just HTTP, it's probably more bloated than doing that. And just loading any web page, like just go to any web page at all, like canonical web page, and you see all of the things that gets run, and it's just amazing. How do I see the network over here? Network. Is this the network of my current web page? Sorry, no, it's the network for localhost. How do I? No. Windows button. Windows button. We hit any Windows button. Okay. Let's take a look at the network tab. Fox it. Okay. Let's reload this. Like, look at the connections. There's even YouTube over here. YouTube, X, downloading styles, fonts, images, more and more HTML stuff. Like, and this is like should be like a simple website. And if you accept cookies, you get even more shit. So like, that's way more connections and way more complexity than using Vim over SSL. So, yeah. Modern world. Okay. We're not interested on the network tab anymore. We also don't need any mat random. So let's just create a simple to do. Let's get it to on progress. Not or is it and? Not or is it and? What do you mean by not or is it and? Have I fucked up? I don't think I have an order than and on site. Oh, we hit an error. Cannot read properties of undefined. Amazing. Reading started at. I use SSL connection and Vim. Yeah, that's probably less bloated than just accessing any web page. Any web page at all. So this thing is asking. Oh, found the bug. I'm stupid. I've copy pasted the code and the code was broken. Alright, so we created to do, we started to do, we completed to do, and the to do is completed, and now we have our to do on the timeline. First, honestly, first try. Now we do that. We go on to edit mode, and we move our thing. First try again. Okay, I think I should make an interpreted compiled language. interpreted compiled language. Well, that's what I was suggesting, like just-in-time compilation. Just-in-time compilation. Which is interpret when building. Which is interpret when building. Well, that would be slightly hard to do, just because your clients, like the users of your language, would not be compiling the program, they would be running it. So I suggest that you should take a look at, let me just send you the Wikipedia link. Like, this is usually how the way that you are suggesting is performed. Like, you have an interpreter that, instead of just interpreting the code, it's interpreting and compiling it at the same time. So you provide your users with a binary, and that binary, then after you can run the compiled app. Yeah, that could be a way to go, but the problem is that then you have two binaries, like one that compiles and interprets, and another one that just runs, which could be nice for the developer experience. Like, the developers that would be nice for developers, but I think that just-in-time compilation is the way to go still. No, it is on the RAM. It is on the RAM. What do you mean by it is on the RAM? What do you mean by that, my friend? What do you mean by that? Let's leave this item here over it. The interpreted is on the RAM like Python. The interpreted is on the RAM. I guess that you mean, yeah, the interpreter is on the RAM. Yeah, that of course is the way to go. But I guess that you want to be interpreting as while you run, not while you compile. Like, you are running your application and you are interpreting it. And while you are interpreting it, you are also compiling it. And the application patches the things that has. Okay. So yeah. So you're proposing, like, when it's done executing the application, you get at the end like a binary of some sort. What I'm suggesting you should be better is that while you are interpreting the application, you get some compiled blocks, and instead of writing them to disk, you keep them on RAM. And next time you come to interpret that sequence, you know that you have already done that. So instead of interpreting it again, you take and execute the binary that you've already produced and that it's on RAM, that you've stored there. That's how just-in-time compilation works. Okay, so our timeline is working, and it's working just first try. I know that it will have a bug, like if I click this X, it will break. Indeed, it broke. But apart from that, it's working fairly good. Okay, apart from that, it's working fairly good. Well, my method is easier for the beginning, then I'll think about JIT. But that's a good way to go. Like, let's go step by step. Let's do the easiest stuff first, the low-hanging fruits, and then let's try to go for something harder. I agree with you that if you think that your approach would be easier and faster to do, that you should go with that. Okay. So we have this, and this is working. The thing is that we have this thing list change event, but we should have a better event for this. Push item event. That's the event that we want. So add list listener to the list.done to a list. Okay, CLI interface done. Oh, you're doing it just right now. That's really cool. That's really cool. That's very, very cool. I mean, I also, when I'm programming, or not right now because I'm streaming it, but otherwise I would just be programming while maybe listening to some other stream, like if I would just pick in and type in the chat or whatever. Now I need to make the Alexa. Now I need to make the Alexa. Are you doing like the? So you said that you were doing a custom Alexa, which is really good. But are you doing it with like completely from scratch, or are you using something like Antler or Antler? I used to use this one. It's fairly powerful. From scratch. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. I mean, from scratch, I like to have pain. You like to learn, my friend. That's you like to learn. To have pain. Physical and mentally. Every 100 kickstrokes, you just slap your face. And emotionally. That's really good. Okay, let's see if second try or to do app is working now. Let's see if the second try is good enough. So we create an item, pop, and it's added to the timeline. We create another item, pop, wait a bit, and now it should be bigger, and now it should be bigger. Well, there it is, and it's bigger. We delete it, and it's not broken. It's not broken. I have to go to it, so I'll be back. Probably on the stream fairly quick because I also have to go have dinner. But yep, I'll be back. I'll be here another day, ready to provide you with someone to chat if you'd like to pass by. Oh, I have a YouTube channel. At the moment, I haven't yet uploaded anything about programming, but if you'd like to follow me, I'll leave you the link here. If you like coffee, I have some videos about coffee, and I plan to put some videos about programming in there too. But yeah, I have a 9-to-5 job as well, so handling both things at the same time, it's slightly hard. But yeah, I hope to see you back again. Enjoy your dinner. Okay, so this is pretty much done. Like the timeline is completed, and I can show the items in there, and it's working perfectly. I thought that this would take like multiple streams, but everything was so carefully planned and thought out already. It just worked. It literally just worked. That's quite amazing. Yeah. Let's take a look at over here. So this height is 100%. This height is 100%, and yeah. So why one does nothing on here? Why does some space allocated to that? Oh, because there's some padding. There's some padding in there. Okay, there's padding. Well, that's fine. That's fine, I guess. Righty right. So, we could improve this fairly easily. Just by displaying how long did it take to do the thing. So that could be just part of the text, maybe. That could be just part of the text within the 6 duration. Do I care about when did it exactly ended? I just guess I don't. Yeah, probably I don't. Yeah, I won't. Let me just open the text over here. So this would be like dollar. Oops, not that thing. Text, dollar text, and the sex duration, dollar sex duration, and an S. And let me just refresh. Let's do this thing. Bar. What? Wait, how I not saved? I've saved. So why is it not showing me the sex duration? I want to be shown the sex duration. Yep, there it is. Sex duration. This number doesn't feel quite rounded. Oh, because I did the absolute. Ah, yeah. Well, let me just. I mean, it's working with the flex, so. Let me just floor it here. Floor. Math.round. Alright, math.round. Okay. And if we load something, does the thing that get loaded also? Let me see. Okay, so you're back. Oh, you had? Then you ate quite fast. I guess that it was not dinner. Maybe it was something lighter. So it was hot chicken. Oh, you ate it fast. or maybe there was not that much chicken to eat. Then. Great. So. Oh, that's slightly confusing. Minus. Let me just put a colon. Okay. So you see, I thought that it would take me like multiple streams to complete the timeline, and it was just like snappy as that. Like it didn't took that long. Like I had all the setup for it already, and it was just coded, and took none of the effort that I was anticipating. Did you know that the most painful language is Malbor? What is that a language called that? Let me just Google that. Is that gonna be porn at the end of this name? Oh no, thankfully not. Malbor is a public domain esoteric programming languages. Okay, rough. That feels unreadable. Is it worse than brainfuck? Probably. I mean, if this is Hello World, I mean, well, you can do a cat program very simply. Design Malbor is a material language for a ternary virtual machine. Interesting. Yes, it's worst. What would you want to end is 81? So you have one operation and just a couple no. What? So you have these instructions, but they are based on this pattern. Oh, I guess that you have like a registry and you well, why would you force yourself to do this? Like that's really loving pain. There's no middle point on that. Item 1s. Item 1s. No, it won't. My gosh. I mean, it should be quite rough to use that language. Okay. Aha. Here it is our issue. We are pushing the item when we should be doing something different. Oh, pushing the item is what we should be doing. Fuck. Oh, but not like this. Why am I doing it like that? I'm stupid. So that's the whole thing. And then we do that, and then we don't need to do this at all. Okay. Remove item. Well, I guess that, yeah, we should remove item. Okay. So we do this, we call remove item. Okay. Okay, so that's good. Now when we load all of the items, they should appear on the timeline. Mark my words. They should appear on the timeline. So let's load the items. I don't see them on the timeline. Reference error. Push not the house. Push not defined. This dot push because we are on JavaScript. We are on JavaScript. Oh, fuck it. Hate this language. Always with these dots everywhere. And there's our timeline. 1 second, 2 seconds, 11 seconds. Yezu. Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention that currently I use Fedora. So the Linux assembly. I forgot to mention that currently I use Fedora, so the Linux assembly. Does it matter that it's Fedora? I would guess that all of the Linux distributions use exactly the same assembly. Like you might have different flavors, but they all interpret the same. I think it's a Unix. It comes from the Unix standard, not from the specific distribution. Yes, the same Linux kernel. Yay. Okay. Great. Oh, I forgot. When you went to eat, I thought that you were still here, and I suggest you that if you want to, that I also have a YouTube channel. So if you'd like to join the channel, I kindly invite you to do so. I don't yet have programming videos on there. I was planning on doing like some tutorials. I'm doing multi-stream, so I'm also streaming here. Though I have some videos about coffee, so if you're interested in coffee, maybe you might enjoy the channel, or you might not, But I plan to be also doing like some tutorials in there, like probably some basic stuff, like more targeted to beginners, and also maybe some recaps of the streams when they start. Well, when I have this tool ready, I should be able to do the recaps of the stream fairly easily. At the moment, doing the recaps of the streams that takes too long to edit the videos and count them and so on. So this tool should help me do that more easily. Okay. And one cool thing is that the order of the items should be preserved. Should be preserved if we do this. I guess it doesn't have to really be preserved. Would it be preserved, the order of the items? Not necessarily, because when we load them in bulk, they would need to be somehow sorted. So the timeline would break when they get loaded on bulk. The timeline would break in that case. But that's fine for the most part. Yeah. Yeah. I guess that I could have one event over here, which is remove item, push item. Yeah. Okay, so I definitely need a clear timeline. Oh, and the reason why I want to make it also interpreted is for debug purposes. Yeah, that's true. Like, interpreted languages usually offer way more flexibility when they get debugged. That's fair. That's a fair thing to do. Open to timeline. Clear timeline. So timeline dot last element child while timeline dot children, something like that. While it has a child, I just wrong button. Okay. So while it has a child, I just want to be removing that child. So timeline dot remove child, timeline dot does element child. Alright, so that would be to clear the timeline. When we want to clear the timeline, whenever we successfully load some JSON. So on the load button, we do this, and we do clear timeline. Clear timeline with inputs.timeline. Alright, so there's the point at which we clear the timeline, because at the moment if I just load some other thing, it looks like it doesn't even work. Okay. Yeah, it's quite like loading them on top, which is fairly strange. Which kinda makes me think that this should go on the clear. Yeah. And then whenever I load something, I should simulate doing this. Yeah. I'm quite surprised that I haven't detected that earlier. So click on inputs clear button. Okay, so let's refresh the web page. And now let's create something, And if I import a file, that something goes away and the file gets imported. That's good. And now if I import another file, alright, and this file is empty. So let's just import the same file over and over. Let's load again. Yes. Okay, so that's working fairly fine. Alright. So that's good. That's really good. And what I have to do right now is that somewhere over here on the load button, I want to have a recompute timeline. And this recompute timeline would be executed just recompute timeline with a timeline. Actually not with a timeline. Well, I have to give the timeline there. Okay, so this needs to happen whenever something gets loaded, because otherwise would be just like in time. Yeah, so let's try to create one thing that reproduces the bug that we want to fix. So we have item 1, we create the item 1, we start working on the item 1, we create item 2, we create the item 2. Now we stop working on we finish working on item 1, that's that. We start working on item 2, that's fine. We complete item 2, yeah. We go back and start working on item 1 once again, and we finish working on item 1 once more. So now this is the pattern that we have ended with. We have 2 instances of item 1. Let's now save this as bug to fix. Let's just save that, yeah. And now let's try to load that file back to fix, and now it will have just 2 items on the timeline. There it is. We just have 2 items on the timeline, and we need to have 3. Okay. The challenge in C++ is to write memory safe code. Yeah, I mean, it is like if you use smart pointers and so on, like this would be you won't be safe, but you would be safer, at least safe enough. Like I really ever had that much issues with memory safety on C++ whenever things have been done correctly from the beginning. I've had some issues with memory and safe code that it was just really old legacy code that I've had to maintain, and in that case memory safety was really an issue. But if it's somewhat new code that uses somewhat modern practices, it's never been that much of an issue. There's been memory issues, of course, but you can detect them and fix them, and that's fine. They haven't caused any production issues, at least on my case. But I mean, if things like Rust and so on are getting that much popularity, that's probably because there's a reason. So yeah, I mean, it's not a free launch solution. Like, you are losing things that you are not able to do within the memory framework that Rust imposes, but probably you won't even be wanting to do those things at all. So, and that's just on distributed systems, when you have to do something like really weird, and that's usually not the case outside of that. That's usually not the case outside of that. Right. Yeah. Okay. So this is the way that we open to the timeline right now. I want to have a way to recompute the timeline from scratch whenever I need to, which is only in one case. The thing that I'm not quite liking at the moment is that the color is, it's a random HTML color, but this random HTML color should probably be computed on creation of the item. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Yeah. Yep. So, what's up, mate? What's up? How are you doing? So, new follower here. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for following. Yeah. That's really nice. How many followers are we? Let me take a look. Oh, we are 11 followers already. That's so cool. Well, slowly but slowly growing. You might want to know, what am I building? What are you making today? So I'm making an automatic editing tool for an automatic video editing tool. So my plan is to have a tool that I can use while I'm streaming. So let me say, before starting the stream, I would come here and be like, okay, these are the tasks that I want to accomplish today. So like task 1 and task 2, task 3, and so on. Then while the stream's going, I'll be like, okay, so I start task 1 and I work on that for a while and I eventually complete it. Start task 2, work on it for a while, and I eventually complete it. And you see that I'm getting this timeline. Oh, that's nice. Yay! So I'm getting this timeline, and this timeline is quite complex. Like if I go to task 1 and then I complete it again, like I get the task there again, but I can't understand coding, lol. It's so hard. Not really, like, I mean, maybe the entry level from complete beginner to be able to do something somewhat complex is a bit hard, but getting the small building blocks is fairly easy. How long do you have been on Twitch? Oh, not that long. I think that for a month. Probably I've been on Twitch for a month. Maybe we can check that. Let me see. Content, video producer. So my first stream was on the 20th of February. And I've been streaming fairly regularly since. There was a couple weeks where I didn't stream that much, just because I tried to be making a video per day on YouTube, which was completely suicidal. Like, doing a video per day while also having a 9-to-5 job, that was completely nasty. Like, I was sleeping like less than 4 hours per day, and I was like losing my mind. but I got a lot of videos from that. So now I'm trying to find a better balance. Like somewhere where I can do some streams, because streaming is the thing that I like most. Like just come in after work and work on some personal stuff and just have fun with that, you know. Make a schedule for your stream, because daily stream make your channel grow fast. Yeah, that's really good advice actually. Yeah, I will put some. I think I've had like some schedule that it's not really updated. I was planning on just yeah, I have a schedule here, but well, according to the schedule, the stream should be ending with will probably be ending soon anyway. So I'm just planning to pretty much stream every day, and maybe on Fridays and Saturdays I wouldn't be streaming. Mate, have you thought about using custom stuff for your channel? Custom stuff? What do you mean for custom stuff? I'm really new over here, so I don't really know what you mean by custom stuff. I've managed to customize the OBS and put the alerts and so on, and that has ended up quite neatly. Okay, so just like we like logos, banners, overlay, etc. Oh yeah, that'd be a nice to have thing. I mean, I've just started, so I might be doing like some custom stuff probably at some point. Like, I'm not trying to do everything at once, so it's a more of a feature thing, because this is a basic need for every streamer. Yeah, probably it's a basic need for every streamer, but I'd rather produce content than having nice things. Like, people are gonna watch if they are interested on the content, regardless of if there's things that look fancy or not. Mate, if you don't mind, can I ask you something? Yeah, of course, you can ask whatever you want. You can ask whatever you want. Yeah. Right, so text sex duration. Let me just put the color over here. Color, which will be the item.color. Actually, last item.color. Alright, last item.color. I am a skilled graphic designer. Oh, hey there, AXD3. How are you doing, mate? How are you doing, mate? Nice to see you back. Oh, it looks like whenever you come, there's always some kind of graphic designer trying to sell me on putting some graphics on my channel. And I am someone who tries to make memory safe code to build a compiler XD. Yeah, I mean, memory safety for building a compiler doesn't necessarily have to be something hard. Am I on the wrong with that? Like, if you were doing an interpreter with memory safety, that would be extremely hard. But a compiler doesn't necessarily have to be that bad, does it? I don't think it would, right? And good. How far have you come with the website? Oh, I've come quite far. Look at that. Look at the timeline. This has been just today. Like, I had all the framework already and all of the basic stuff already set up. I just came to do the timeline, and it was pretty much first try. I have found a bug, and I'm trying to work around that a bit. I'm also trying to improve things slightly. Like, do you, for example, see that this task and this task are the same, and I've just worked on them at 2 different points, but they have different colors. So I'm working on improving that. That might even be already done. Let me just refresh the web page. a full refresh. So if I create like the item there, start working on it, complete it, and it gets added to the timeline with a random color, which in this case has been brown. So not the best choice, but I get back to working on that item again. So I'm working on it, I'm working on it, I'm working on it. I finished working on it. Okay, I think I broke the color. Now all of the colors, oh, all of the colors, so the color is consistent. Yeah, that's what is happening. So now whenever I do the no, I broke the colors. Well, there you have it. Nice. I've come far with my Twitter clone website. Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. Yeah. So you're building a Twitter clone. Suki Lafante, which is the other new chatter that it's on the chat, is trying to build a compiler. It's trying to build his own language. That's really cool. And yeah, so you're doing nice with the Twitter stuff. What's the name that you're gonna give to your new Twitter? What's the name that you're gonna give to your new Twitter? Like it should have like a catchy name. Oh, Chatty. Well, that's nice. That's really nice. I mean, I'm using an application called Chatterino. Chatterino. It is just like a similar name. Chatty. My language will be W#. W#. All of the other letters were already taken. And you had to stick to W#. That's nice, that's nice. Right. So we should have some HTML colors in there. Why aren't we seeing them? Why aren't we seeing our HTML colors? Something has gone wrong. How can I get my lists? Done list. Okay. If I just type done, it's an item list. Yeah. The most front reason is this language is in W. Why should you use my language? It's just a W, pure W. That's fun. Alright, so our items have the color in here, and it's calculated correctly. It's a random color. Wait, I should maybe W++, like Wim++. That's cool. I mean, W# is probably like a sharp win. Wim++. Well, both would work. I think that both will work. That's really cool. Okay, so upon the things to the timeline is yet not working. Found the bag. Color. Yeah. Okay. Found the bag. Let me refresh. Let me just create a new item. Start on the item. There it is. And now if I stop working on it and start working on it again, the color should be preserved. First try. Check colors. And now if I save this, I'm saving it, and I clear everything, and I load the file again, the colors should be the same. It is not. It is not. The colors not the same. Unfortunately, the colors not the same. Why? That's a good reason, you might ask. It is mid-low level because you have direct access to assembly, but in a more high-level way. Suki Lapante 2024. It's Suki Laplante? Where are you from? How's that pronounced? La Plante. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce the nickname surname. Let's call it that. Right. So this would need to have a color. So alright. So item dot color. Don't try to pronounce it because it's French. Oh, you're from France. I'm not. Oh, I'm not from France. I went too far. I should have read completely. So you have like a French surname, but you're not from France. That's not my case, but it's my pre-called it pre-what. That's my father's case. Like he also has a French surname that my family well, I guess they were from France at some point, but not right now, at least not right now. So where are you from then? Like maybe you're from Central Europe, probably you have that name. Never been to France. That's cool. That's fine. Alright. So whenever we create how did you ended up with a French name then? If you've never been to France, and I'm not even European. So you're not European, you're not from France, did you have a French surname? So maybe you might have had some French family in the past, from distant French family, or I don't know, maybe your family just happened to have lived on France. That could also be the case, and then you might have ended up with that name. Alright. Not African, not Asian, not British. Hey mate, how are you doing? What's you're doing? Okay, so we have some colors over here, and this color should be another art worker. I hope not. No, you are not yet another art worker. And I'm more close to Native American and Irish people than French people. Oh, so I guess that then you are living in America? Native American and Irish. What a strange mix. Native American and Irish. Yeah, I think that would be... Yeah, I'm. You called it. You got the... You called the art worker. They are just chasing me. I don't know why. Maybe they are smelling the first YouTube channel. They are smelling the first YouTube channel, and they are just trying to solve me things. They're just trying to solve me things, which is nice. I mean, if I were to be looking for art, for new fresh art for my channel, it would be ideal. But unfortunately, that's not actually the case. But it could have been. Like, it's not bad that you're trying. I guess. At least it's not a classic paragraph scam, which is a bot. I got that. Like one of my first streams, I got someone like, hey, I want to ask you something. Yeah, we were talking like a bit, and it was like a really weird conversation. And then he sent me a link like, take a look at this, and I was like, maybe not today, maybe not today. But it could have been bad, I guess. But yeah, it is what it is, and it isn't what it isn't. I mean, I don't blame them. Like, they're just trying to put some bread onto their table, probably, hopefully. So yeah, it is what it is. When someone tried to do it, I actually banned him directly. Yeah, I would need to know how to ban people. That would something that I might be interested in. Okay, let me try see how that's done. Like, I have the stream manager, and I have the chat over here. Let me just put this. Oops. So the chat's over here. How do I ban someone? Layout 1 created. Okay, thank you for creating a layout 1. So if I click on this guy, I can follow him, which I'm not. Oh, Brenda. So Brenda is the. I think Brenda was the girl that. Oh, das ban. Okay, so if I put das ban, and then I guess just the name of the user. Arts by Natalie. I wouldn't really mind banning Arts by Natalie, and the duration. Try write it in the message of tweets. Yeah, I have this. I have the Chatterino here. Maybe if I do it here. Oh, okay. Ban username reason. Okay. Fucking Windows autocomplete. Permanently banned a user from chat. So Arts. Oh, ban Arts. Temp ban is better. Oh, so that's another command. Temp ban. Temp ban. Can I see like a list of all? Yeah. Announce. Okay, that's a lot. Emote only. Oh, so this is like, I've seen some streamers do these things. Emote only. A goal. Marker. Oh, markers. Okay. Alright. Oh, this is really cool. Thank you so much. Like, okay, if I just put this last, I can see everything that I can do. Okay. So I can block. I can even block. I guess that's even harder than ban. Me. Express an action in the third person. Timeout with duration. Okay. Timeout. Username, duration, and reason. Okay. So timeout. The username would be the Arts by Natalie. Then was a duration. Let's put, I don't know if it's on days or what. Let's put just 1, like just to test. Just testing. I guess that I can put spaces. Just testing. Sorry. A smiley face. And if I hit on chat, oh, I timed out that guy for 1 second. For 1 second. Okay, so that's on seconds. It's seconds. Right. Well, that's really cool. Now at least I know how to do that. And all of his messages are not there. Okay, so alright, so that's really, so if someone comes and tries to like spam something, like maybe something that I don't want someone to say in the chat, I can just time them out and their messages are gone. Or I can just ban them and their messages are gone. That's okay, that's nice. That's good to know. Yeah, okay, that's really nice. I mean, it's something that I had to learn. Like, imagine if that were to happen, like I would be maybe not really on trouble, but I wouldn't like that to happen. Like, it would be fairly annoying. So yeah, it's really nice to know. Okay, thanks a lot. Like, that was really useful. Okay, so whenever we have to recompute the timeline, the thing that we have to do is to iterate over all of the lists. And it would be something like this. So this is a list of all of the lists. So for const list of object.values of the list, so I go through all of the lists, and now I just have to go through all of the items of the list. So for const item of the list, yep, and list is not directly iterable, so I could just do get items, list.get items. Okay, so now I have all of the items of the list, and now I want to get them sorted by the point at which they were completed. So they have multiple points at which they were completed, and I just have to get all of the points at which they were completed and put them sorted on a list. Does JavaScript already have a sorted list? That would be ideal. JS sorted list. Right. Oh, it doesn't. So I just have to sort afterwards. Does sort have a custom sort function? That would be fairly nice, because otherwise how am I gonna sort them? JS sort by custom function. Alright, let me see what's the definition of sort. Default sorting with Unicode values, yeah, but that's not what I want. Custom sorting functions. Okay, to create a custom sort, you can pass a comparison function to the sort method. Perfect. That's exactly what I want. Okay. Yep. So here we would have a. This time I'm gonna make a AST for this language. Ooh, that's really good. Making an AST, yeah. So I guess that you've already gotten all the tokens. You've already have your lecture, so you are parsing them at a higher level, and now you just want to give them a more useful format. So is your AST gonna be targeting being later on able to optimize the code, or is your AST just be a gradual step? I guess that you could have like multiple ASTs, like first a gradual, more reasonable comprehension of the tokens, and then have a different views of that AST for different purposes. I don't really know how that's easily done. When I've ever have to do a lecture and a parser and I've done an AST, I've always gone for the AST that is closer to the code. Like I would have like a for instruction that has like a beginning and an end and so on, and a for body, and that would be my whole AST thing. But I know that LLVM doesn't use that, because LLVM ASTs are massive. So I don't know. I guess that's a really interesting problem. Zoo. Short time fragment. Short time fragment. And to sort the time fragments, I take a left hand side and a right hand side time fragment, and I just return left hand side less left hand side dot time. Yeah, start, it would be start, left hand side start to right hand side start. Okay, so that's how we are gonna sort the fragments. So the fragments would look like they would have like a start, an end, a text, and a color. Yeah. So const time fragments. So this will be a list of time fragments. Here we fill all of the time fragments. Then we do time fragments dot sort by sort. My AST is basically JSON. Yeah, that's fairly. That could be good enough. Yeah, are you using JSON as an internal representation? You could use just a tree, right? Like with pointers and so on. If you're using no, from scratch. Okay, so then you're doing it with just pointers and stuff, not literally JSON, I guess. No, you could parse it to JSON. That would be nice. That would be really nice. I mean, that's a really cool way to be able to inspect your elements. Like you are able to dump them on JSON, like some human readable format, and then you know if they are good or not. That's probably a good way to go. Okay, so we would need to do this over here. Now, once we have our time fragments, I try to precompile in my AST, then interpret and compile. Okay, yeah, that sounds like the way to go. I try to precompile in my AST, then interpret and compile. Yeah. That sounds definitely great. So, const. What kind of issues might you have when you do that? I guess none. I can't really foresee an immediate issue that you might confront, that you might encounter. I'm trying to help you with some insight, because I've already solved that problem. Well, not that your specific problem, but I built a parser before. But I'm not really sure what might be the next issue that you will face. I'm not sure about what will it be. Key of time fragments. So I would just go iterating through all of my time fragments. Yeah, here is where I would want to be doing this. Not what I was doing it before, but here. So I would take the time fragment dot start, right, and it will be start time, and we take the time fragment dot end. Yeah. Time fragment dot end. Okay, this is looking good. This is looking good. This is looking nice. And here I would have the time fragment dot text and the time fragment dot color. Perfect. Perfect indeed. Started. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Now we just have to fill our time fragments. So for each of the items, we go through. Let I equals to 0. Yeah. Math dot mean of item dot start. I hate that JS doesn't have decent autocomplete, but that's just for the autocomplete. That's the reason why I would choose to do something with TypeScript. I haven't been using TypeScript for this project just because I was trying to keep it like simple, but not having autocomplete, it's a pain. It's a pain in the ass. So stopped at dot length, right, I less than that, and now we just have to keep incrementing I. The classical for loop over two arrays. Right. So we iterate over the list, over the items, over all of the start and stopped points, and per pair of those we just do time fragments dot push, and we push a new object, and that new object has to have item I, has to have text equals item dot text. Alright, item dot text. Oops, not equals, colon. Is it colon? Why is this thing red? Comma. Okay. Now started out with an I, so we want to grab the point that we started working on this specific section of the item, and here the same, but with stopped at, and I guess I use end, start, stop. Okay, let's be consistent with our naming. Stop, and we are just missing the color. Am I right? Let's put some color into our lives. So, is that it? Is that? Is it completed already? Let's try. Let's refresh our web page. I was not expecting that one. Wow. What's wrong? Something has gone fairly wrong. So there's no favicon, that's fine. Main is not defined. Inspected something. Oh, I just don't know how to do for loops then. What? Oh, semicolon. Oh, not colon, semicolon. Yep. Newbie error found and fixed. Newbie error found and fixed. Yeah. Let's now try the file which has the bug to be fixed. It worked more or less. It worked more or less. Uncaught in promise reference error lists. Yeah, that's because we have to get the lists, and that's alright. So to get the list we have to do get item lists. Alright, that's fair. Actually, to be fair, I should have the lists over here. Lists. Okay. So recompute timeline of all of the lists. Yeah, that makes way more sense. Okay. Cool. Let me just refresh the web page once more and let me see if we can reproduce our error or if we have fixed it. Back to reproduce. First try. Damn. That was easy. Is it actually correct? Good question, you might ask. Good question. Is it actually correct? How could we check that? We could check that just by reading the JSON. So let's take a look at the JSON. Somewhere on my file system, on my Windows file system, I should have this file over here. Alright. I started out. That might be hard to parse. Let me just clear it and let me just do a simpler example. So AAA pop BBB pop, and now I go back to BBB, and well, that should be it. So A2 B1 B2, back to fix 2, save, load, back to fix 2, open. That's not correct. That's not correct at all. Whoa. Okay, so that's not right. A B A B B. I have this duplicated. I know where the error is at. My language will be kinda original. How are you planning to make it original? So clear timeline of that timeline. Like, what would be the original point? Because of its inner walking. Oh, that's a good way to make the language original. Like usually originality on the syntax makes it less approachable, which you might not be looking forward to. So yeah, okay. Now it's working. Now the timeline is working. That's really cool. That's really cool. Like return statements are pretty much forced to be in a like return statements in braces. Like what do you mean by that? Like return statements are forced to be in braces. Like do you have to write like this, return 59? You have to do it like this, for example. That's what you mean? Like in an if statement? No. Alright, so like in an if statement, return. Oh, okay, I get it. Alright, yeah. Oh, that could be really nice, because if you have this, and in this case you have an integer function that just returns an integer, but now you want to have a function that returns a tuple, like the syntax is pretty extendable, you know? Like maybe not with commas, maybe with something else, you know, but it's like you can return multiple values fairly easily. I kinda like that. I don't know if that was your initial plan. I don't know if that was your initial plan, but I kinda like that. Great. So the colors of that are a bit iffy. I don't know if that's correct or not. Back to fix. I mean, they seem to be correct, so I just happen to be unlucky with the random, and the random just got repeated. The random just got repeated. So the timeline is working, right? Yeah. A B B B. Yeah. And exit statements will be exit 0. Exit statements. You mean like to abruptly abort your program? Like you just exit completely? You mean it like that? Yeah. I mean, yeah, that'd be fine. Though I would make exit look more like a function. Just because think about this. Exit always have to return. It's easier to compile. Oh, if then that's your reasoning, then go for it. Then go for it. Right. Yeah, but users would need to be aware that, yeah, although it has that syntax, you can only exit with value. But yeah, that's fine. Alright, so we create this thing, add it to the timeline. We create a new thing, add it to the timeline. Yes. Now we save it, and we have A and then V. Because do the lexer at the same time of the IST. Do the lexer at the same time of the AST. Yeah, that sounds fine. Doing the lexer there. Yeah. I mean that's the point, that you probably want to be doing that. And the timeline is also in order. So yep, I think we are ready to go. I'm completely happy with how this has turned out. with how this hash turned out. So I can do git add everything, git commit feature fit feature, it will be timeline complete. Well, I'm not gonna put completed, but timeline, and git push, yep. So we have our timeline. I thought that would take like a while longer, so yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna end the stream over here. I'm gonna go have some lunch, some dinner rather. I'm gonna go have some dinner. I'm just gonna go ahead and go to bed after dinner, because tomorrow I have to get up early. Oh, I got a message on YouTube that I haven't read. Sup Juan, how are you? Oh, how are you, mate? Probably it's too late. Probably that person has already gone. One thing that I've done really nice. Let me go back to the screen. So someone wrote on YouTube, but I just missed it. So I have this over here, the Chatterino, and I have the tweet chat over here. And one amazing feature of the Chatterino is that I can make a sound per message. So whenever you type, I get like a blip, 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 which I don't know if you also hear. I guess you do. But that's extremely useful, especially at the beginning, when I guess that I don't have that many people on the stream, because I don't miss the messages. Like it would be fairly bad if you were typing to me and I was just focused on the coding and I wouldn't be answering. Like that's part of the experience. That's why you would want to go to tweets, just to be able to be read and to be able to have a conversation. Unfortunately, that's not available for YouTube. That could be something that we could build. I've heard that YouTube and the Twitch chat have quite a different architecture, so it would be a fairly complicated challenge, but it could be something that we could do. Just have a reader for the chat that makes a ping sound for both of the chats. That could be something that we could do. But yeah, for now, we've completed the timeline. I'm fairly happy with that, and on next stream we are gonna do some backend programming, and we are gonna take that timeline, we are gonna take the video, we are gonna chop the video and produce a new video based on the fragments of the timeline. So the idea more or less is that I want to create like a JSON document where I can say something along the lines of here I'm like, how do I want my final video to look like? I want task 1, I want task 2, and I want task 3. Select the tasks that I want and get the video automatically trimmed with those tasks. I have a question. Why are you not using your stream as content for YouTube? That's the reason that that's exactly the problem that I'm trying to solve with this web page. So the problem is that if I so let me show you how that would look like. For example, this stream has lasted 2 hours. So if I have to go and load 2 hours worth of video, watch them, trim them to put the good parts, that just takes a hell of a lot of time. Like it would take me almost another 2 hours just to do that and do it correctly. And then you need to export the video, which on my current PC would be like 4 or 5 hours, and then upload it to YouTube, which would be maybe 10 minutes. Internet's not the issue, just compute power. is the issue. So it would take too much time. If I could have the automatic trimming, I could then ask the other computer, like, hey, download this stream for YouTube, trim it based on this JSON, and then upload the result back to YouTube again. And that would be way easier. Like, I just program it once and I have it there for all of the streams that I would do on the future. And it could be something like done on batch, you know, like I think that would be way easier. So that's the goal at the end, like trying to reuse the content of the streams for YouTube. Just because I'm streaming on YouTube at the moment. Like I'm double streaming on both platforms. But when you stream on YouTube, that doesn't give you anything. Like if someone watches that, it doesn't count for the hours to be able to enter on the partner program. So if like you go to YouTube and watch my YouTube stream, I'm gaining nothing from that, which is sad. Like, well, it's not sad, but it's the rules of the game. So I'm trying to plan my actions based on the rules that I have to face. So yeah. At the end, the thing that works best, surprisingly, is shorts. Like you make whatever short and you get lots of people back. So it's like you need to make shorts to bring people to your channel, then have good content so that they stay watching the channel, and also make streams because that's where the mornings are. So it's quite complicated. But I'm trying and I'm learning through the process. At the end, the idea, I also can guess it will automatically do the intro and outro. Yeah, it will just have 2 more videos. That transitions are a bit harder. Putting an intro and outro, easy to do, no issue on that. Doing transitions, I would need to look on that, because what I'm planning to use let me show the screen again. So what I'm planning to use is FFmpeg, which is like a very low level terminal thingy to process video. And I know that you can take 2 streams of video. FFmpeg concatenate 2 videos. So you can like concatenate videos, like crafting a command like this, and also you can split videos. Well, not that much, because you split your video automatically. Yeah, but FFmpeg, I think that it cannot do transitions. So I would need to program that. So that would be like version 2 of the tool. On version 2 of the tool, we could add transitions. But FFmpeg is really optimized to concatenate videos when it doesn't need to re-encode them again. So if my input sources have the same format as the output, and if that format supports copy pasting, it's not really called copy pasting, and it's like auto encoding, or that would be the term, you can put the videos together without re-encoding them. And the issue is that my current PC can't re-encode fast. So if I just don't re-encode, then I don't take hours to produce the video. So that's more or less the plan. But we'll see how it goes. On the next stream, I don't know if I will be implementing that as a server. Maybe I could have a button here like it's like, okay, I click the button and now produce the video. That could be fun, and just have a server on the other end. Or alternatively, I could just save it to a file and then use that file as input for something else. But that will be the topic for tomorrow's stream. Hope you all had a good stream. Hope you all had fun Hope you all have been entertained for a bit and maybe learned something. Oh, wait, I forgot. What did you forgot? What did you forgot, my mate? What did you forgot? But yeah, this will be the end of the stream. I'll just wait a bit, just in case you're gonna type something else. Otherwise, I was asking if you were adding subtitles. But I forgot you can't. Yeah. Can't I? Why do you think I can't? I could. Subtitles could be... because subtitles are a text file that you upload to YouTube, and that text file has like, okay, put this text from this time to this time. Because you said you couldn't do transitions. Yeah, but that's different. No, like an overlay, I couldn't do it like an overlay, but I could do it. I could do it like using the YouTube subtitles. With that, I could. That's probably better, because if it's an overlay, you cannot disable them. But if it's YouTube subtitles, you can enable and disable them. I could put like an AI that generates the subtitles for me, because you know some videos that add subtitles. Yeah. That could be a thing that we could do also, adding subtitles, and also adding the line at the bottom of the video, like, you know, that it says from here to here it's this section, from here to here is this other section. All of those things could be automated just for YouTube. Also, I'm not planning to upload the final videos to any other platform for now. Like, I do plan on multi-streaming, but not uploading the videos to them. But subtitles could be easy, because they are a different format. They are just a plain old text file. With this text goes from this time point to this other time point. You just generate that. Fade in, fade out possible. Fade in, fade out is the part that will be hard. But of course it's possible. Like, it's more than possible. It might not be even that hard, but I just haven't planned how to do that exactly. So since I haven't planned it, I don't know which possibilities there are. Would you do audio modifications? Audio modifications? Probably not. Probably not. Like, oh, like music. Yeah, I could do it like music, because encoding music is way cheaper than encoding video, and it's also a different channel. Like, video goes on video channels and music goes on audio channels. So you could be like, take the audio from this clip plus this background music, and that could be done. You know what, I should actually be taking note of your suggestions, because they are fairly good. And adjust pitch again. Yeah, that could be something. So improve. Let me actually set screen. I'm not gonna have dinner tonight. Readme. Maybe we could put it on the Readme. todo.md. Yeah. So possible improvements. So first thing would be subtitles. What else? Maybe do a small interpreter that is a small algorithms to choose when to cut. Yeah, that would be pretty much required. Like try not to cut between words, like even if I told you to cut at this time stop, like be a bit more gentle and try to do when there's no sound or something like that. Subtitles, smart cutting when there is no sound, generation of YouTube description, what else did we discuss? Transitions between cuts, like which is 7 seconds of video, then 10 seconds of cut. Yeah. That would all go within the smart cutting. Transition between cuts. What else did we discuss? Oh, background music. Background music. So from all of this, subtitles could be nice, but it would require quite a lot of computation. Generation of YouTube description is extremely easy. Background music should be extremely easy. I would rather have smart cutting than subtitles. And transitions, I guess transitions is the less important for me, at least. I think that would be the order. Also, cut one, yeah, that would be the smart cutting when there's no sound. Like I told you to cut at some point, and instead of cutting exactly at that point, you look a bit around. Yeah, to a certain time, like if you don't talk for 10 seconds, then cut. Yeah, okay, that's another. Smart cutting when there is no sound. Remove long periods of being muted inside of the clips. I don't really plan to allow this, like I plan to always be talking within the clips, but if this ever happens, I'd rather that to be removed. Yeah. Also, a narration tool, like cut audio and replace it. Yeah, narration tool. Oh, like I provide. No, I don't really. Maybe narration tool. I don't really like narration tools. I'd rather create my own audio, although that would be extremely time consuming if I had to. Just because I don't like the generated voices. Like I'm happy automatically cutting the videos because it's like my video, my voice and everything. But auto-generating the voice, though it could be very much profitable, I don't find it morally correct. So I would like to avoid that. But for someone else that doesn't have those same judgments about AI generated content, that could be something really good to do. No, a narration tool is like you set timey, it begins, then record your new narration. Oh, okay. No, a narration tool is like you set time, it begins, then record your new narration. Okay, so yeah, so like it helps me do the narration myself. Yeah, that could be something interesting, but that would also be like fairly hard. Interesting. I mean, I've done narration on the YouTube videos. What I've done to do that is just record my voice over the with Audacity and then paste it on the video. So that could be something that would look somewhat like background music, maybe. Not quite sure. Because sometimes you talk about things that you might not want to include in the video. Oh. Also making an output detector. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but my plan is like if I'm working on task 1 and I'm working on task 1 and then I somehow start talking about something else and I wouldn't want that to be on the video. I want to come over here and be like, okay, stop task 1. I finish up talking about that thing and then I resume working on task 1. And then I resume working on task 1 and then I complete it. Because people want to see front end mainly. Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if people like, I guess that depends on the taste or on the inclination that I want to give the videos. On the inclination. Yeah. Many options. I like the suggestions that I have so far. We'll go with those for now. Making an automatic speed up of the video when it's coding time. Yeah, I'm not really... That could be hard. Like, I rather try to make my coding more interesting than to remove the coding. Like, for example, when I'm watching videos about coding and so on, I like to see the coding. If I'm not good at coding for a video, that's my bad as a streamer, and I would have to improve that to make it entertaining. But yeah, to-do list of possible improvements. Well, you can just remove half of the frames. Yeah, that could be something. Like to speed it up, Yeah. Honestly, thank you about for all of the suggestions. Like, it's always nice to have like a brainstorm because sometimes one person alone cannot figure out everything. It's quite hard to have everything in mind, and also you get other perspectives. So, thanks a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna have to have dinner. Otherwise, I would not be able to sleep. Yeah, I would not be able to go to sleep. Tomorrow morning I have a meeting fairly early in the morning, and I would like to be somewhat rested for that. Which might not be yet possible due to the time that it's at the moment. I'll have dinner fast. Well, thanks a lot for being here. I hope you've enjoyed. Hope to see you back again some other time. Have a good night. Have a good time. Anyway, let's look to my French streamer that I wanted to watch. Yeah, that's for someone. Sometimes you get caught with something else. But yeah, have a good time, mate. See ya.